The second thing, ask about their lives outside of church. Again, we have students that are so busy with so many different things, and a lot of times their parents, unfortunately, are not asking how things are going, what's going on in school, what's going on in a drama they're in, what's going on in their sports, what's going on with their homework, even what's going on spiritually. What are they reading in their Bibles? They're just not getting those type of questions asked by an adult. And so if you can take some time and make sure that every student in your small group gets asked that every week, hey, what's going on? That would be really cool. Do an activity together. I love this, and one of the things that I want every small group to do on their own is a service project, whether it's go down to um, the food shelter, whether it's raising money, whether it's who knows. I would just love to see every small group get together and say, this is something that we feel passionate about, and we're going to go make a difference. Now, I will put a word of caution. It's going to be very easy for our students to be like, let's go to the Humane Society and walk dogs, or let's go to let's go help this pet place or something like that. I love animals, don't get me wrong, but I want this to focus on how we can help other people. There's enough needs that humans have that we can focus on them, and not to say that animals aren't important. I'm not saying that, but I think sometimes we need to put things in priority, and I think humans are always a higher priority than animals. And so I would shy away from doing the going and feeding animals or walking animals or anything like that, and do something that's going to help people, whether it's going to a nursing home, anything like that. So um, don't be afraid to scrap the lesson at any time and do freestyle. You guys are going to know your students better, and there might be something that goes on. Maybe a TV show that some of them watched and were just really like, whoa, I have no clue. I need to talk about this. Or maybe they got put in a situation that they didn't like, or that was uncomfortable and they weren't sure what to do. At any point, you guys have full freedom to just say, we need to talk about some of the stuff that's going on. And so we're going to scrap the lesson. We're going to scrap everything that we were going to do, and we're just going to talk about whatever the issue is that they're doing. I'm not gonna get on your case about that. I'm totally gonna support you on that. And if a parent calls and says, what's this that my son or daughter came home and said that they dealt with, a couple of kids went to a party and they dealt with some of that stuff at small group, I'm gonna be totally supporting you and on your side. So don't be afraid about me ever throwing you under the bus for that. I will support you. Discipline. Again, I want to empower you guys to be disciplinarians. At any point, I will step in and do whatever I need to do to discipline a student. But I think it's important that you don't let one student ruin the small group for anyone else. So what I mean by that is, if somebody's acting out, if somebody keeps interrupting, feel free just to say, all right, what's going on? I do that quite a bit, where I'll pull a student aside and say, what's going on in your life that you need to talk about something? What's going on? Um, Another one was, watch out for behaviors that aren't typical of the student, and that's not just in small group, but if you see them in Sunday school, if you see them on Wednesday night Oasis, if you see them at an activity, and you're just like, man, that is just not normal of them. Make sure that you let me know, let somebody else know, so that we can kind of keep an eye on that. Sometimes even we can give a phone call to the parent and say, hey, we just kind of noticed that so and so wasn't acting their typical normal self. We want to make sure everything's going okay. I think that makes parents feel like, wow, even in this big church, even in this big junior high youth ministry, they still know my child well enough to know that something's going on. And a lot of times it might just be they haven't gotten enough sleep or something like that, but you never know. I mean, they're dealing with some pretty major issues, and so I would rather address them head on than pull back and just say, whatever. So make sure that you're watching for their behaviors. As you get to know them as their small group leader, you will definitely start to realize what is normal of them and what is not normal of them. I want to, the fourth thing is, I want to talk about the most important aspect of this small group. And I think the most important aspect in this small group is it's an excuse to build into their lives. It's a time where we can encourage them, we can support them, we can even build memories. I even think of in my own career as a junior high student. When I was in junior high, I would go every Thursday night to me and my buddies. There's about five of us that we would go to our small group leader's house. His name was Jeb, and he had an apartment. He was a cool guy, but every Thursday night we would go to his apartment. We would have small group. We would drink Snapples. He was addicted to Snapple, and so we would drink a ton of Snapples, and then we would end small group at 8 o'clock, and we would watch Seinfeld together. And it was really cool. We had a great time. That's a memory that I still have. I don't remember a lot of the lessons that he talked about, but I remember the fact that he was always there, and every Thursday night I knew we get to go hang out with Jeb and the small group, and that was really cool. It was a memory that really built into me and was very important in my life, and that's what you guys are doing. Brenda Fox does a thing, and Brenda, sorry if I get this wrong, but it's just called the first activity or something along those lines. And what she does is she tries to find one thing of every person in the group that they have never done, and they do it as a group. And so I know at one point they went to Dollar General. There was a girl that had never been to Dollar General, so they went to Dollar General and went shopping. Another girl had never had Mountain Dew before, and so they made a huge deal of it, and they bought her a Mountain Dew, and they all sat around her as she drank it, and Brenda was awesome about getting pictures and documenting it. I think she took a couple kids to go get their first tattoos, and that was pretty neat. So, no, I'm just joking about the tattoos, but that would get us in a lot of trouble if we took kids tattooing or body piercing, so don't do that. But make sure that you take a ton of pictures. Make sure you make a huge deal out of it if you do something for the first time. If it's too drastic, make sure that you get parents' permission first. Who knows, but like even with me, I would think, it'd be fun if I was in junior high. I've never seen the movie Wizard of Oz, and so just to have the small group get together and watch the flying monkeys or whatever those things are, that would be a fun memory that I could have, and it'd be kind of cool. Another thing that I wanted to make sure that you guys understood, and I know you guys do a great job with this on Wednesday nights and Sunday school, and just kind of wanted to make it a remember or make you remember this, but be their leader, not their buddy. They have enough friends in life, at school, on Facebook, whatever they're doing. They have enough friends. They don't need that. They need us to be adults in their life. I love the idea that with my small group leader, Jeb, I love the idea that I could go and I could ask him for advice, and he would be brutally honest with me. He had already built into my life enough. He had enough trust. I had enough trust in him that I knew that he would give me the honest answer, not the one that I would want to hear, and I appreciated that. I love the fact that Jeb would be the initiator, and for our small group, he would invite us to go to concerts. He would take us to sporting games. We'd always go down to Pittsburgh Pirates baseball games. It was a 2.5 hour drive down there. We'd watch the game and to come home, and it was just a great way for him to build into our lives and hang out with us. But he never looked to us for friendship, and it sounds kind of weird, but he had his own group of friends, and he had his own adult friends that he would hang out with on a regular basis. He never needed us to fulfill his friendship or anything like that.